All right, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Power Accountability Meeting. How's everyone doing? Believable or unbelievable? Yeah? All right, all right. So let's get started. Great topic today. And this book is so good. All right, all right. Let's start with the numbers before we go to the real meeting. So the Castros goal for the month is 5 by 10,000. What's our month to date personal?
Um, very bad by very bad. 0 by 312. It's the same.
Okay, and your month to date base?
0 by 6713.
6713.
Yes.
All right, and last week's goal was 2 by 2,000. What's the last week's actual?
0 by 1500.
All ranching, huh?
All ranching.
He got more. He got more.
I know. He texted me. He was like, "OZ, Oz." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're going."
Yeah. Yep. So, what are we doing this week?
We'll keep it. What are we at?
3 by 3,000.
We can keep it the same.
Okay.
Got to work on the recruiting.
Yep. Yep. Let's work on the recruiting. All right. Thanks, Kevin.
Hey, coach.
All right, Tom and Isla, go for it.
Hey, coach, sorry.
That's all right.
All right. So personal hadn't changed. We're at 0 by 1500. Our base shop is 2 by 5692 for the month so far. Securities is at 4845. And then for last week, what we did was 1 by wait, I don't know where that came from. Oh, I just did that. Hold on. Let me fix that. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. There you go. Here. I was like, what happened? No. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. Okay. So 1 by 2478. So short of our goal. We've got a lot of work to do.
All right. Hey, you got a player. You got one direct player right now. So for sure.
I had a great meeting with Unique today too. So, she as much as she's struggling, I think she's coming along and she's learning a lot. So look out for her.
Awesome. Awesome. We're ready. I'm ready for her. All right. Okay. Thanks, Tom and Isla. All right. Icon. Goal is 20 by 20. What's our personal production month today?
Also the same.
Hmm?
Still the same personal.
Okay. Base?
2 by 10, 156.
Wow. And last week's goal was 4 by 4,000. What was the actual?
1 by 5898.
5898. What's our goal this week?
I'll keep it the same.
So you guys went over your premium. Let's work on the recruiting, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, thanks, Con. Shirley! I wonder where you are.
I'm far, far away. Okay. So month to date personal, it's 1 by 3389.
Oh, look at you. And your base?
Base shop, same 13389.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so what was your actual production this week?
Okay, 36. 1 by 2643.
2643. Great job. Awesome. So what's our goal? And you just had an appointment today. How did it go?
Oh, you know, like everybody else, they're just gonna come back.
Okay, yeah, you'll get her.
Yeah, Regina's gonna come back.
Yeah, for sure. And what are you gonna do this week?
Just keep it the same, 2 by 3.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Shirley.
Okay, thank you.
So Evelyn just texted me that she's at orchestra with the boys, and she said that numbers didn't change. 0. Oops, sorry. Last week's actual was 0 by 0. All right, Chrisella. What the? You copied me? Misha said, all right, Chrisella.
So I'm at 1 by 0. Sorry.
Okay. Bishop.
1 by 2786.
Okay, watch out for Mark. He's coming back.
Yeah. So it's just so funny. I had an appointment today. It's supposed to be a close. When we arrive at the appointment, they invited us to eat at Jen. Oh my gosh.
Jen,
Jen
Korean.
Korean. Yeah. So
God.
they said, oh, let's just do that after we're done with eating. So we eat out and then they asked us to come back. So
Oh my God! Wow.
yeah, it's so weird. It's just a weird appointment.
Wow. Well, at least you got to eat. Is it free?
Yeah, but
Did
I'm
they pay for
hoping
it?
they paid for it.
Yeah, at least you got free
And
food.
they're inviting us again. So it's building relation. It's a cold market, so it's a building relationship. Still good though.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what's our goal this week?
The goal this week, 3 by 5.
All right. 3 by 5. All right.
Michelle, that's mine. Then
Oh, what's your investment right now?
oh, it's still at 6,548. So so what happened to my investment that's supposed to roll over to Primerica? It rolled over to Fidelity.
Did they were they able to find out or check it?
Okay, so she called today and then I asked her to if they can issue the check back to her, through Primerica because she already requested. We'll see how what's
Okay.
gonna happen.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Chrisella. All right. So I am so embarrassed that I still have 1 by 0. That will change. I promise you guys.
Don't be embarrassed, Coach, because you did an appointment for us and closed it for us today. So
Still.
thank you very much.
No, it's okay. I mean, yeah, I promise you guys I won't be 0. And yeah, that was a good appointment, Tom. So the client, I know she was the Isla's ex boss, right? Former boss, and she talked highly of Isla. And it's a start. See, guys, the 2 appointments that I had today was set as an investment, but I closed the life, not investment, right? Because you know how it is, right? When I start with, I've been doing this, guys. So take a picture of this before I tell my story, and so I can stop sharing. All right, so 2 appointments today. The first one was by Ranchin and Rowena. The cousin was asking about college fund, right? I already know that it's about college fund, and he reads a little bit about investment. So when I got there, I've been doing it this way, guys. You can try it this way. Okay, before I start, do you have any questions for me? Right. So that's about 2 weeks now. I've been doing that, and it's all successful. Do you have any questions for me? So they ask, oh yeah, I have a questions about college fund. So let's start with that. And then I showed them college fund, the pros, cons, all the custodial account, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, okay, if you were to make a decision right now, would you go with college fund? Would you go with individual, or would you go with UGMA? Right? And then said, you know what, based on what you told me about the pros and cons, I would go with the individual account. All right, so okay, We do that. We'll do that. We'll help you with do that. But you know, in Primerica, remember I showed you the financial house. I actually showed the financial house first, by the way. So I showed you the financial, and I want to be the person that built your financial house from ground up, right? So in order for us to have a relationship with the investment, we need to establish a relationship in life insurance. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you some quotes with the life insurance. Let's get you approved with the life insurance, and then we come back. Let's do the investment, or you have, you know, we can do it at the same time. Then I showed the life insurance. Boom. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do the life insurance first, and then when we meet again, I'll do that. Let's do the investment. All right. And then also for Robles's appointment, their question was 401k, you know, investment for the employees, SEP IRA. But then I found out she had cash value. She had Transamerica, right? So yeah, it's gonna be a birth of a lot of appointments. I'm telling you, Tom. So be ready for that. A lot of investment.
Yeah, we talked to Elena after, and they're all Isla's ex-coworkers too. With Rowena going first, it's just going to open the door for everyone else because they're just going to follow the leader.
And she has a great story because she owns a facility, a boarding care, and it's a high-end boarding care because she would one client, I didn't know about this, one patient pays $40,000 a month.
40,000?
40,000 a month.
Wow, really?
Yeah, 24-hour caregiver. Suite. I saw the room. The room has its own bathroom. It's beautiful. It's like a hotel. $40,000. Crazy. Okay. And,
Her clients have a lot of money, by the way.
that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, she had one client that was getting residual payments. Fran, yeah, that you met her. She was getting like $18,000 checks, and yeah, so yeah,
Yep.
she's got a lot of rich clients.
She has a lot of reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, so that's the caliber of clients you want to have, right? Owners, right? Owners of facilities, owners of home health, successful businessmen, businesswomen, entrepreneurs, right? All right. So let's start with the book. I know everyone read the book, right? Okay.
This doesn't look like the fixed picture.
No, not yet. We're still waiting for it. I think
I'm
he doesn't want to send it to me until it's fixed. Yeah. All right. So okay, second week is the October 2021, the law of awareness. You must know yourself to grow yourself. Okay. Everyone has the book already? Who has the book? Nice. Awesome.
I have a PDF.
PDF is fine. Yeah, it's all the same, I guess. Okay, so the first part, it's saying that do you have a sense of direction? If you have seen the movie 50 First Dates, have you guys seen the movie 50 First Dates? Right?
One of my favorites.
Yep, my favorite too. My favorite comedy. It's kinda based on a true story, right? Because the name of the character is Henry, but there's a real character named Henry, and that happened to him. He lost all his sense of his short-term memory, his sense of direction, right? So what happened to him? If you guys read it, there's he was suffering from epilepsy, the real Henry. So the doctors did an experiment. They took out something from his brain, and yes, they were able to fix the epilepsy, but then it affected his short-term memory. So after the surgery, when he woke up, he doesn't remember what happened. He doesn't remember any short-term. When he goes home, right? As soon as he gets home, he forgets how he got home. When he sleeps, wakes up the next day, he forget, okay, where am I? Who are you guys? He forgets everything, right? So no recall at all. Now, do we all have a sense of direction? So in the book, I will read to you as I show you my PowerPoint. So to grow, you must know yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, your interests and opportunities. you must be able to gauge not only where you've been, but also where you are now. Three kinds of people when it comes to having direction in life. Okay, so John Maxwell said, without both those pieces of information, you're liable to get lost. Knowing yourself is like reading you are here. You know, have you ever gone to a mall and then you look at the map, right? When you look at the map and it's going to tell you you are here, right? And then it's going to tell you're going to look for where you're going to go. So when you're looking at the map, it's going to say you are here, and then here is where you're going to go. If you want to go to Banana Republic or going to go somewhere, are you going to go straight? Is it going to be on the second floor? Right? So John Maxwell said, I have observed that there are really only three kinds of people when it comes to having direction in life. Number one, people who don't know what they would like to do. Anyone want to explain what's your take on this? Can you explain this part? People who don't know what they would like to do.
I think it's probably, for the most part, it would be people that are younger, typically. I mean, I know that there are a lot of people that are established in life that still don't know, but I mean, typically it should be when you're younger and you haven't really experienced life and you don't really know. I mean, some kids know they want to be a fireman, some kids know they want to be a doctor or a policeman or something like that, but typically I think it's those that are younger. I know there are a lot of people that are older that don't know either.
True. Yeah. So on the book, thanks, Tom. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's right. And in the book, it says that these people are often confused. They lack a strong sense of purpose. They don't possess a sense of direction for their lives. If they're growing, they're unfocused about it. They dabble, they drift. They can't reach their potential because they have no idea what to shoot for. Right? So when you ask them, okay, what do you want to do? What do you want to do in life? What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know yet, right? I know when I was young, I wanted to be a doctor only because my dad told me that being a doctor is a good thing, right? And then as I
Dr.
grow
Munoz.
older,
Dr. Munoz.
Dr. Munoz,
I-
and then as I grew older, I said I want to be a lawyer, right? Chrisella, you unmuted yourself.
No, you won't look like a doctor.
I concur. So yeah, and then I grew older. I wanted to be a lawyer, and then after being a lawyer, my dad said, "You know what? You want to be an accounting lawyer, accountant, something like that." So I took up accounting. When I took up accounting, I realized, no, I don't want to be an accountant because I'm only looking at papers. I want to look at people. I want to talk to people, not to talk to paper. So that's why I shifted to business management, and that's my degree, right? So that's the first kind of person, right? The people who don't know what they would like to do. The second, people who know what they would like to do, but don't do it. So in the book, before I ask you to share how your perception of this or your insight on this, the book says these people are usually frustrated. Every day, they experience the gap between where they are and where they want to be. Sometimes they aren't doing what they want because they worry, keyword worry, that it will cause them to neglect other responsibilities, such as providing for their families. Sometimes they aren't willing to pay the price to learn, grow, and move closer to where they want to be. Other times, fear prevents them from changing course to pursue their passion, no matter what the reason they too miss their potential. I think this is the number one. People don't do what they like to do because of fear, right? I'm going to step on some toes here, but people are afraid to take the test because
I already know.
I know.
I was already gonna say that, so I already know.
Okay, yeah, we're all leaders here, and you know what's good about Con? He can take it, right? So, fear of failing, right? It's not just you, Con or Inez. It's me. I want. at one point I wanted to have Series 65, but you know, my fear of failing and my fear of committing to studying, and you know, but I really don't need it. That's why I don't take it, right? So fear prevents them from changing course to pursue their passion, right? Fear of the unknown, fear of getting rejection, right? Anyone wants to add anything to this? No wrong answers there here, guys.
Fear of success, leadership.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's all, yeah, it's all about leadership. So people who know what they would like to do, but you know, they just don't do it, right?
Excuses will never end.
Yeah. Number 3. Oh, did anyone want to add something?
I was just gonna say that I think there's probably an area of in each of our lives that we're afraid to take another step. I mean, it just doesn't necessarily need to be business. It could be spiritually, it could be,
Mm-hmm.
you know, something that you want to do for fun. It took me 50 years to decide to finally buy a bike
Oh, wow.
because, you know, I was afraid. I wanted to do it, but I was
Mhm.
afraid of laying it down, getting hurt. I've
Right.
heard so many stories of people getting hurt riding a bike. It took that long, you know, to finally make the decision to get over that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. True. Not just business. Sometimes in
That's
relationships
right.
too. You know, before Cheryl, I was you know, I did not want to commit to any relationships because I was afraid of having another failed relationship, right? I couldn't do that step again until I met her, right? So
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember when I first met Isla and I was telling my family about her and where she was, and they were afraid for me. They were afraid that I was going to get hurt. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Stop living my life?
Mm,
You know, because I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt in this relationship. I mean, you got to live your life.
true.
You got to go for it. You got to live.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Actually, I just remember too with the number 2, most of the time people that are working, so they get frustrated, but sometimes they felt like they don't have a choice because they don't want to come out from their comfortable job.
Yeah.
They don't want to venture to an uncomfortable situation, or they don't want to venture outside of it.
Yep.
It's like the comfort zone. They don't want to leave the comfort zone.
True.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I also just remember that I don't really like to want to be a nurse, but my father forced me to do it because for greener pasture.
All right. Yeah.
But it's my way also to come over here, so I don't blame them. It's just loving what you want to do. I think you just need to do acceptance for
Right.
you not
Yeah.
to be frustrated.
True. One thing that something that I also wanted to do, but I never did because of fear, was you know, stage acting. I was I don't know if you know, you're all of us are 99% of us are, you know, Filipino here. So there's a hero named Jose Rizal. I mean, yeah, Jose Rizal. So I was offered a job stage acting to play him, national hero of the Philippines, but I was so scared I did not accept it because it was such a hard thing to do, stage acting. So I didn't do it. I regret it, you know. Just a side note there, side story there. And yeah, you're right, Priscilla. You know, going full time in Primerica, people are afraid to go full time because they don't want to get out of their comfort zone. Number 3, people who know what they would like to do and just freaking do it. It's not a cuss word, okay? Freaking do it. The third kind of people know themselves, possess a strong sense of passion, are focused in purpose, grow in areas that help them move closer to their purpose, and do what they were created to do. Purpose-driven life, right? The word that best describes them is fulfilled. So the first ones are confused, second ones are frustrated, and the third ones are fulfilled. Okay. Anyone want to add to this? Anything on the third part?
That's where we all want to be.
Exactly. Yep. I think in some areas we are here, right? But most of us are still in the number 2.
it's fear.
Yeah.
It's always there.
Always fear. You know, we were born with only two fears. That's falling and loud sound. That's why babies, they do that, right? When they hear loud sound, because they were born with it. We were born with it. And then others would just acquire. Crazy,
I
right?
don't think Mason was born with the fear of falling. I'm just saying.
All right, so a few situations are as extreme as Henry's, yet most people seem to fall into the first category. They don't know what they want to do. John Maxwell said, I believe the main reason is that they don't know themselves as well as they should, and thus remain unfocused in their growth. What's next? How to find your passion and purpose. So here are 10 questions to help you start working through that process. So this is the second time that Crisella and I are gonna hear this, right? Because we also did this, but I Leandro-fied it in RBP meeting. So the first one is the how to find your purpose and passion. First is awareness. Okay. The second is acceptance. The first step toward change is awareness. The second step is awareness. And here are 10 questions to help you start working through that process. Sorry, I went over. So if you want to change and grow, then you must know yourself and accept who you are before you can start building. And these are the 10 questions to help you start working through the process. The first one, do you like what you're doing now? I am amazed by how many people I meet every day who don't like doing what they do for a living. And why do they do it? You guys all know the question, the answer to this question. Why do they do it? Because they have to, right? They have no choice. They think, at least they think they have no choice. I understand the necessity of having to make a living. We've all done jobs we didn't love. I worked in a meat, this is John Maxwell speaking again. I worked in a meat packing plant when I was in college. I did not like the job, but I didn't stay there my whole life doing something I found unfulfilling. If I loved it and I had fit my passion and purpose, I would have stayed there and tried to build a career, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I think most of us here, if not all, did not like what we were doing, but we had to, because we had to make money, right? We had to pay our bills, right? That's why we left it. That's why we left the job. You know, even Tom, who works from home, but he felt like he was in prison. Working from home, 3 steps from the room. Doesn't have to ride a car, sit through traffic to go to work, but he still felt like he was trapped, right? Because he did not like what he was doing. Am I right with that, on that, Tom?
Yep.
Now the second one, what would you like to do? There's definitely a direct connection between finding your passion and reaching your potential. TV journalist Maria Bartiromo says, every successful person I've met has a strong sense of his or her unique abilities and aspirations. They're leaders in their own lives, and they dare to pursue their dreams on their own terms. Have you found and harnessed your passion? Do you know what you would like to do? When you do, it makes all the difference. Why? When you tap into your passion, it gives you the E factor, energy and excellence. You will never fulfill your destiny doing work you despise. You imagine that, right? We've seen a lot of people. I remember working at that warehouse. I was a forklift driver, but before I was a forklift driver, I was working the assembly line. And then you work 12 hours a day for 4 days, 12 hours. And out of the 12 hours, I was on my feet for 10 hours or 10 hours and 30 minutes because we had a 1 hour, 30-minute break. And I had to work. I was mandated Christmas Eve New Year's Eve, I was crying. Oh my God, imagine that. I was so miserable, but I had to do it because I had to pay bills. Especially when I was, raising Frankie on my own at that point. I was a single dad, right? I was doing it because I had to support Frankie, right? To pay the bills. I'm sure some of you have done that. Passion gives you an advantage over others because one person with passion is greater than 99 who have only one interest. Passion gives you energy. How do you know what you want to do? How do you tap into your passion? Listen to your heart. Pay attention to what you love doing. If you never figure out what you want to do, you will probably be frustrated all of your life. Author Stephen Covey observed how different our lives are when we really know what is deeply important to us and keeping that picture in mind. We manage ourselves each day to be and to know what matters most. Knowing yourself and what you want to do is one of the most important things you'll ever do in this life. Anyone wants to give their insight on number 2? No? All right, let's go to number 3. Can you do what you would like to do? Oh my God, this is good too, all right? Can you do what you would like to do? When I was a minister, this is John Maxwell. When I was a minister, I once had a young man named Bobby working for me. He was my worship leader. If you're unfamiliar with that role, it is the person who prepares the music, every Sunday service, leads the other singers and musicians, and actually leads the congregation in singing. I could see that Bobby was an unhappy person, and I suspected that he would rather be doing something different. So one day I sat him down for a heart-to-heart talk. He confessed that he was really unhappy. I asked him, Bobby, what would you like to do? He hesitated a moment and then confided. Bobby said, I'd really like to be the announcer for the Chicago Cubs baseball team. So all I could think was, you're going to be unhappy for a very, very long time, Bobby. He didn't have the skills to do that job. And even if he did, the job wasn't available. I told him he needed to find something more realistic that aligned with his gifting and opportunities. I remember, me too. I wanted to be a basketball player, but I can't because I'm too short. And I always twist my ankle, right? I wanted to be a boxer, so I became a boxer, but then I was already I was 37 when I decided to be a boxer. But so if I had a choice, I would be a professional boxer. But then, can I do what I would like to do, right? Can anyone share, something that, you wanted to do, but what you like to do, but you couldn't do it because for some reason?
Be an RVP.
Hey, you can do it, right? You can, Can you do what you would like to do? You can be an RVP, right?
I think I did that for nursing. I think that was my thing for nursing. Like, I wanted to do it to help, the patients, stuff like that. But can I
Right.
see myself doing it? Med pass and all that stuff? Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the reason why I didn't continue.
Yeah. Cheryl has
I
one.
wanted to be a flight attendant, but number one, I don't have the height. And after going to the Philippines, I felt so nauseous in the plane. So I was like, I don't think I can be one.
There you go. Yeah.
So I
You-
wanted to travel.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a CHP officer before I went into corrections, and I actually got through the written exam, the physical exam, the psychological exam, and I got to the board interview. And I walked into the board interview, and the lead guy there, the lieutenant or whoever it was, said, "Son, don't even bother to sit down." That's what he told me. He
Wow.
said, "You got to learn to obey the law before you can enforce the law." I had too many speeding tickets.
Oh, wow.
He said, come back in 3 years when they've fallen off and we'll process you then.
Wow. Oh my God.
They're really looking for that.
Yeah, they do. They do. And also some people who I've seen it, we had some people in Long Beach that, had great potential, great recruiter, right? Under DC Superstars. And this guy, yeah, he recruited, great. He passed the test, but then boom, the state wouldn't release because they found something, right? So he couldn't do it, but he really liked Primerica. I know he would be successful in Primerica if he had been given the chance. Anyone else want to share anything?
I wanted to go into the Air Force, but my
What?
dad said no.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh wow! But if he said yes, you would have, huh?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have.
Wow.
And I know Orv, after the military, he wanted to become a cop,
Wow.
but and he passed. He passed everything. And they ended up giving it to somebody else. Or not somebody else. No, he couldn't because the ex-wife said no.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
See that some of us we couldn't do it because another person stopped us from doing it, right? Not ourselves. Right. Another thing I wanted to become is do forensics, FBI forensics. Yeah,
You can stand that body.
but I can't stand dead bodies. All right, so Warren Bennis has also developed something to help people with this issue. He offers 3 questions you can ask yourself to identify if you want to do, if what you want to do is possible. Ask yourself, number 1, do you know the difference between what you want and what you're good at? Right. Number 2, do you know what drives you and what gives you satisfaction? Number 3, do you know what your values and priorities are and what your organization's values and priorities are? All right. So number 4, do you know what you want to do? What you would like to do? Do you know, sorry, do you know why you want to do what you would like to do?
Why?
Okay, so now we're going back to the why, right? Start with your why. Do you know why you want to do what you would like to do? I believe it's very important not only to know what you want to do, but also why you want to do it. I say that because motives matter. When you do things for the right reason, it gives you inner strength when things go wrong. Right? When people are about to quit, they have to go back to why they even got started in the first place. They go back to their why, and that keeps them moving, right? Like when I failed my Series 6 the first time, I wanted to quit, but then I realized, man, why would I? Why did I start in the first place? Why did I say yes to this in the first place? Number 5. Do you know what to do so you can do what you want to do? To move from what you're doing right now to what you want to do is a process. Do you know what it will take? I believe it begins with awareness. See, I'm just going to read this book from Darren Hardy, publisher of Success Magazine. Magazine says, picture where you are in any area right now. Now picture where you want to be. You want to be richer, thinner, happier, you name it. The first step towards change is awareness, right? I'm a subscriber of Success Magazine, Darren Hardy, and he said his story when he was just starting in his career. He would always go to this place, his dream house. He would see a dream house, and it's at the top of the hill, and he loved that house. And he claimed it. That's where I want to be. This is where I am right now, but that's where I want to be. That house. I want to buy that house, that specific house. He wrote the address, he wrote the color of the house, the gate and everything. And then he bought it. He was able to buy that particular house, right? So the first step toward change is awareness. If you want to get from where you are to where you want to be, you have to start becoming aware of the choices that lead you away from your desired destination. So make them as tangible as possible will definitely be the right steps. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you won't know for sure until you start moving forward. And that takes us to the next phase, action. You cannot win if you do not begin. A lot of people want to do something, right? Say that they want to do it, but they don't back it up with action. Just like what Art Williams said, right? Just do it. You cannot win if you do not begin. Accountability. Few things prompt a person to follow through like accountability. One of the ways you can do this is to make your goals public, right? I wrote your goals there. When you tell others about what you intend to do, it puts pressure on you to keep working at it, okay? So don't feel bad when I ask you, when are you gonna take the test? Because you tell me you're pressured to do it, right? You can request that specific individual ask you about your progress. It's similar to having a deadline to keep you moving. You can even write things down as a form of accountability. That's what Darren Hardy suggests. And then the next part, attraction. If you become aware of the steps you must take to do what you want to do, you got to take action and become accountable for following through. You will begin to produce the behavior you desire, and you will start getting closer to doing what you want to do. Who you are is who you attract. And number 6, do you know people who do what you'd like to do? Yeah, we're surrounded with people like that, right? We're surrounded with mentors. We're surrounded with people who are living the life that we want to live. My greatest growth has always come as a result of finding people ahead of me who were able to show me the way forward, right? Is your mentor someone that you would trade lives with, right? In the financial aspect, if that's what you're looking at, if that's what he or she is mentoring you with. If you have discovered what you want to do, start finding people who do what you want to do with excellence. Then do what you must do to learn from them. You got to get committed. You got to be consistent. You got to be creative, purposeful, be reflective, be grateful. And number 7, should you do what you'd like to do with them? If you find a potential mentor, know that the following are your responsibilities. So this is the responsibility of the trainee or the mentee, okay? Possess a teachable spirit. You got to be coachable. Always be prepared for the time you get with your mentor. So what are you going to be preparing for? Let's say you set an appointment, you want to talk to Dave Abog or Chris Legaspi or Alex McInvan. You prepare. Set the agenda by asking great questions. So let's say myself, okay, I'll base it on my experience. When I set an appointment one time with Alex, I just want mentorship from him, right? I went straight to him. First thing that he's gonna tell you, okay, talk to me, Leandro. So, and then I did not know, I wasn't prepared. I didn't know. I don't know, coach. What do I need to do to get to the next level, right? Demonstrate how you've learned from your time together. Be accountable for what you've learned. I've seen this before. People would ask me, Leandro, can we create a timeline, create a goal? Not in this group, okay? And then I set a goal and then didn't do anything from that goal. Didn't even try to hit anything that we put in that goal. Again, That person is not in this group right now. Now, as a mentor, okay, if your trainee, if your team asks you for mentorship, these are the areas that you and I should focus on. Strengths, okay, always focus on their strengths. Tell them, hey, Elena, you're good at this, right? Hey, Mason, you're good at this. Temperament, I don't know what that means. Tom, what does that mean?
Temperament's like your approach and attitude to things. Like, are you even keeled approaching, or are you angry about it?
Got it, okay. So don't be angry, right? This is so important, guys. When you're oh my God, that's why I always tell you guys to lead from the front. Always have a good track record. Never have a 0 month, because see, John Maxwell said it here. Track record. When you're talking to your team, you got to make sure that you have something to show that you did in the past that you're telling them to do, right? We're gonna keep telling them, hey, I was talking to Elena earlier. Hey, you got to do your 4x10K. You got to get that jacket. It's getting cold. This is how many times I did it. This is how many times Tom and Isla did it, right? So track record. Show them your track record, right?
Yeah, she said she's cold. Good.
Yeah, she's gonna get it. She's gonna get it. And my suggestion to you: every time she tells you something, back it up with 10K jacket, okay? Right. So she says,
Yep.
hey, I have an appointment. Okay, good. You're close to 10K jacket. Hey, what time is
Yeah,
training?
we're doing that and plus Mexico.
Yep, Mexico. Like what Kevin and Janine De Castro are doing to the Ranchen and Rowena, right? Oz. Hey, you're getting close to Oz, right? Or Top Golf now. So talk about passion, talk about right choices, right? Give them advice. Oh, going back to a trainee, okay? So if you were to set an appointment, let's say you want some coaching, mentorship from Dave Abog. This is something that I learned from Rick Suzy. It said, some people, ask for mentorship. So I call them, or they call me. They call Rick Suzy. And they don't even let Rick speak. They do all the talking. When you're asking for mentorship, just shut up. Ask one question, coach, what do I need to do? And then keep quiet. Just shut up and let your coach speak, right? So that Alex McIntyre said when he called Rick Suzy, that's the only thing he asked. Okay, I want to get to $1 million. What should I do? And then boom, Rick Suzy did all the talking, right? So if you're really seeking for mentorship, then listen. All right, now back to the mentor. You're all mentors here. You guys are all regional leaders. Give advice, give support, give resources. Got to have a game plan that is written with a date, specific date. You got to give them feedback. You got to encourage them, not discourage them. So for each of these areas, think about what specific contribution you can offer to that person you are mentoring, right? One of the people I have enjoyed investing in is Courtney McBath of Norfolk, Virginia. The second time I met with him, he said the following, right? So at the day, following time, the first time they met with, so John Maxwell met with someone he's training, right, for one time. And then the second time they met again, the trainee said, here's what I asked John, and here's what you shared. So that means he's like, okay, coach, you told me this, and I remembered everything. I asked you to mentor me. I asked you how to get to the next level, and this is what you told me. This is what you told me to do. And this is what I did, right? In this order. See that? This is so relative to our business, right? Here's what I asked. Here's what you shared with me, coach. Here's what you told me to do. And here's what I did. And now can I ask more questions? Boom. Boom. Number 8, will you pay the price to do what you want to do? Author and educator James Thom said, probably the most honest self-made man ever was the one we heard say, I got to the top the hard way, fighting my own laziness and ignorance every step of the way. That sure has a lot of truth in it, doesn't it? When it comes to barriers to success, we are usually our own worst enemies, the person that we see in the mirror. Several years ago, I came across a piece called Dream Big. It's full of encouraging words, but also captures what it takes to follow your dreams. It says, this is a little, bit long, guys, so bear with me. If there were ever a time to, anyone reading it? This is we're on the page 30. If there were ever a time to dare to make a difference, to embark on something worth doing, it is now. Not for any grand cause necessarily, but for something that tugs at your heart, something that's your aspiration, something that's your dream. You owe it to yourself to make your days here count. Have fun, dig deep, stretch, dream big. Know though that things worth doing seldom come easy. There will be good days and there will be bad days. There will be times when you want to turn around, pack it up, and call it quits. Those times tell you what you are pushing yourself, that you're not afraid to learn by trying. Wow, man. Are you willing to pay the price? I certainly hope you are, but know this, most people can't. And most people won't. And most people aren't. Number 9, what can you start or when can you start doing what you would like to do? Ask people when they will do what they want to do, and most answer that they hope to do is someday. Why not now? Because you're not ready? Perhaps you're not, but if you wait until you are, maybe you'll never do it. I'll repeat that. If you wait until you are ready, you will never do it. Most of the accomplishments I have achieved in life, I began to attempt before I was really ready. This is beautiful, guys. Listen. When I was teaching pastors leadership in 1984, so John Maxwell was a pastor, and they asked for ongoing teaching. I wasn't ready to give it to them. So he wasn't ready, okay? But during a conference with 34 people in Mississippi, I decided to pass around a legal pad and get the contact information for anyone who wanted to receive a monthly leadership tape. And all 34 signed up. I want to sign up, John Maxwell. Then he said, was I ready to start a monthly leadership subscription series? No, he wasn't ready. Did I start it anyway? Yes. See, that's what Art Williams was saying. Just do it. Oh, Art, I'll do it when I sell my house. Come on, just do it. I'll start giving it my all when I go RVP. Just do it. When I needed to raise money to relocate my church, did I know how to do it? No. Did I start to do it anyway? Yes. When I founded Equip to teach leadership to people in countries around the world, did I have a proven strategy to get it done? No. Did we get started anyway? Yes. Nobody ever got ready by waiting. You only get ready by starting. See, guys, this is a perfect example what you guys did with the Benicia office, right? Were you sure that you're ready? You're able to afford it, Benicia office? No. Did you do it anyway? Yes.
It's also like saying, are you ready for have a kid? No one's ready for a kid.
Exactly, yeah.
A lot of people tell me, oh, I'm gonna wait till I'm ready. You never know if you're ready.
Yeah.
Having a kid's not like you get prepared for it.
True.
So
Yep. That's Simon Sinek, right? So no one is ready. You just got to do it. You only get ready by starting, right? Yeah, and so I always talk about that Benicia office to everyone, the RVPs, you guys did it without an RVP here, right? You guys put in your own money. Con and Inez put in almost $3,000 of their money, right? Are they sure that it's gonna work? No. For all those who went full time, are you sure? Man, Tom and Isla. Tom gave up a 21 career, right? Committed to an office. Are they sure that they're going to be able to pay it? No, but they did it anyway.
We're sure, Coach.
Yep, you're sure. Yeah. Yep, you just got to do it. Just got to get, Yep, I know people here are ready to go full time. Just do it. Right? Last part. What will it be like when you get to do what you'd like to do? Because I've had the privilege of doing what I've always wanted to do, I wanted to help you see ahead to what it's like. First, it will be different from what you imagined. Oh my God, right? We're imagining, oh, this is gonna be a dream life. I'm just imagining, when I look at the Keith Otto's lifestyle, Alex McInvan lifestyle. We're just imagining this, but I'm sure it's entirely different from what we imagine. Wow. When you do what you want to do, it will be more difficult. Sorry. When you do what you want to do, it will be more difficult than you ever imagined. I had no idea how much time it would take to be effective. I never expected to have such great demands put on my life or to have to keep paying the price to be successful. I also never dreamed that my energy level would go down as much as it has in recent years. So we've heard this a lot of times, but this is so beautiful. There are two great days in a person's life: the day you were born and the day you discover why. So what's your purpose? Do you know your purpose right now? Yeah, let's close with that. Let's go one by one. So
This is a Goldcast. This motivated speaker. He has no legs, no arms, and he has 3 questions where no one can answer, or a lot of people doesn't know the answer to it. 1, what is your value? Who you are and what's your value? 2, what is your purpose here in life? 3rd one, and what is your destiny? He was saying, because he was saying, if he knows what his purpose is, obviously he can't do anything else because he has no arms and legs, but he found a purpose in motivating, speaking to people. So I'm like, dang, that's
wow.
hard. It's hard to answer.
Yeah, my devotion this morning was about knowing who we are. That we are, those of us who are, not to get too spiritual here, but those of us who know our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and are saved, we know that we are fully adopted sons and daughters of our Father, and that He molded us. He is our potter. He transforms us. I mean, that's who we are. And then what's our worth? God sent His only Son to die a brutal death for us. That's how much we're worth. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievably vivid thought of how much we're worth. He sent His Son to die a brutal death, nailed to a cross for us. I mean, that's an amazing, amazing truth that we all need to understand in our life.
Yeah. Wow. Just knowing that someone sacrificed his own child, like me sacrificing my own child for someone, right? Just gives me that peace in my heart that, hey, I'm worth it. right? I'm worth it. So we're all worth it, guys. Wow. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for that. Thanks, Con. So, Kevin, what do you think? What's your purpose?
Yeah, that's just like what Con was saying. It's never been an easy question to answer. I mean, I know my purpose in different aspects of life, Primerica. I know my purpose there. As a dad, as a husband, I know what my purpose is. But as a person, I don't think I'm ever gonna know what my true purpose is as a person. Yet, I guess. I think that's still something that I'm waiting to find out. But again, as a Primerican, I know what my purpose is. As a dad, I know all that. So
Wow. It's a very hard question, huh? Anyone want to share before we end? I'm gonna stop the recording. You don't have to record this part.